So today I want to turn around and talk to you guys about something I bought last year. I actually ended up buying it with my taxes and a little bit of spare cash that I had kicking around. If you own a shop big enough, and even I've seen online a lot of people that don't have shops that are big enough are doing this, just they're finding a place to tuck these away. I definitely recommend getting a tire machine. I turned around and bought mine off of Amazon. It is a Xiakong, I believe, Xiakong, and I also got the balancer with it. It is a SBM 580, and I have an SBM 680 tire balancer. I bought together, all in one piece. I highly recommend them. It saved me a lot of time. I live about 25-30 minutes from the nearest like bulk tire supplier and auto store that has easy access to tire machines and lifts and stuff. So doing everything in-house has made it a lot easier. So when the pickups need tires or the cars need tires, or even doing the winter tire swaps, even though a lot of my vehicles have multiple sets of wheels and tires, it's a lot easier to turn around and do the tire swaps when you have your own tire machine. It makes it simpler. So I'm going to pick you up here and we're going to take a quick walk over here. So like I said, I bought these off Amazon, and as you can see, it is just a kind of Chinese made tire machine. I believe it's very similar to the Mayflower tire machine from what I've looked up. Everything all the videos I've seen that I've needed to turn around and diagnose things with the balancer have been Mayflower, and they have very similar head units. The Mayflower compared to the Xiakong head unit. So first we're going to talk about the tire machine. This is good for up to 22-inch wheels. You can see I got tools sitting on it right now, but it's an air-powered locking deck. So these teeth right here are air-powered. And then the table itself, it turns on an electric motor. And then on here, this pedal right here and this one right here, down is one direction, up is another, just a foot pedal. Right here, down closes the teeth on the table, which is air-powered. You push down on this one, which is literally just like a toggle switch. They kind of bounce up and down like that. You press down on this one, and it will extend the locks to grab a tire. Then right here is an air actuator foot switch, which powers the bead breaker on the tire. I recommend if you're getting one of these and you haven't bought a compressor, or you're also looking at buying a compressor, buy one that has 110 CFM and preferably a little bit larger of a storage system. I have I believe it's a 50-gallon tank and 100 CFM or 105 CFM. It's not quite enough to be like the tire machine that I used to use when I first started doing automotive stuff, when I was working at a shop. So that little bit more CFM and that little bit more PSI will definitely help you. If you have about 120 PSI at a 110 to 120 CFM, or I might be wrong on the CFM number. It might need to be more than that. These machines, they're made to be bolted to the concrete because of the shop and because I didn't want to tear into my fresh concrete. What we did is we took some boards and just lag bolted them in to make it so it's nice and flush and flat. Just a simple, quick installation on it. So you have here, it has its own air, which has its own air nozzle. Down here it has its own water separator, which I got to empty mine out. And you can also see the PSI. You can adjust it up and down as needed to help your flow. And you can change these. I had to actually change this to fit my shop fitting because the fitting that came with it did not support my airlines and stuff. It does come with a bar. You can see it's seen better days already. It's kind of designed to look like this, but I made it a little bit worse. So if I don't know if you can see the bend in it, but what I ended up doing is I went to Harbor Freight and I bought another tire bar, and I use that typically. However, right now I have it holding up a fan in my office to blow warm air into my office. So everything on this is manual. As you can see, manual arm, and that's gonna make a lot of noise. Manual head. And what I recommend also, if you buy one of these, if I can do this without these pieces right here, and this piece right here on the duck head, I recommend buying spares. You can get them on Amazon, and I think for 20 of them, I think it was like $8 or something like that. I highly recommend it because I ended up cracking one and breaking one off and damaging one of my wheels when I was trying to do just a quick tire swap to get wheels onto this car. So I highly recommend buying spare duck head plastic guards. Like I said, they're dirt cheap, they're well worth it. So that's the tire machine. It's fairly basic. It works really well. I highly recommend them. Especially if you're doing a lot of tires for yourself or friends and stuff like that. Now next is the balancer, which my balancer looks like a mess because it's a catch-all for everything. It comes with all the pieces to mount your wheels, and of course I have extension cords and shit hanging here. Comes with all the pieces to mount your wheels, which these actually go like this. So you can see your wheel will just set here and you'll press against it, and there's a lock that you just spin into place. So it works really well. The hardest part about this is with this machine, because I don't keep it plugged in, I need to turn around and calibrate it quite a bit. It comes with, I believe it's a 3-ounce weight or something like that, or a 100-gram weight. I forget the exact thing for it, but it comes with a special weight to turn around and mount to a working wheel. And you do one side, then you do the other, so that way I can tell where the weight is and where the balance and everything will be. Something as a camera, like I said, this is the head unit. Up here, it has your left side and your right side, and then here will be where your weights need to be put. As you spin it, there'll be LEDs that will come up or down on these. And when everything is lit up, it's what you need. This can do a static balance. It can do multiple different positions. Your static balance being for the center of the wheel. And it says ALU 1, 2, and 3 for aluminum. This one right here is more for your steel wheels when you put steel weights on. And then here is for if you have like specialty wheels where you're gonna mount the weight behind the wheel or behind the face, which I'll show you, which I believe the Impala actually has both. And let me cut this off before it turns on. So steel wheels you can mount out onto this lip, and the other two settings would be if you're mounting your weights back in here. That's just a quick reference here. This also came with the little wheel tire width piece, so you can measure that. And also it came with reverse mounting, depending on what type of wheels you have. I ended up buying a whole bunch of different weights and doing work for a friend. He turned around and bought me sticky weights, so it works really great. It does come with one of these. What I recommend is also get a good set of channel locks if you're buying weights. I bought the weights off Amazon, and it literally comes in a package with a whole bunch of different sizes. The recommendation for the good pair of slip joints or water pump pliers is because of this. You'll need to turn around and pinch these pieces together a little bit so they grab on the wheel. And that's just primarily because when you go to hammer it on, the weight will end up being a little bit loose. Just a small thing I noticed with it. But this works fairly well. Another issue that I've had with it, again, this machine right here is on wood because it should be bolted to the floor. This should also be bolted to the floor. I'll flip you around. See, we have not bolted it to the floor. So this machine will shake a little bit when you're balancing. What my buddy and I figured out that we could do is if you put your foot up against this front lip over on this side, because we normally don't have this stuff sitting in front of it when we're using it, then put your hand here and it'll take the shake out of the machine. So if your hand is on the corner, it'll stop the shake. Now, if you don't do it properly, you will end up chasing weights, and you'll notice about the second time you go through, because it'll be about 1/4 of an ounce off, and it'll start moving forward on the tire or on the wheel surface. You'll notice it right away. So if you do buy one of these, I would plan on building something strong so you could set it on top, unless you are willing to drill into your floor. I have so much pipe down here in my floor that I don't dare drill into it. And this is kind of where the tire machine is going to stay. But over here, behind this pile of wood here, there's a bunch of PEX tubing that comes out from my heated floor for both my office and for this floor, as well as some that leads over here to go out from my generator room. So we didn't want to drill into the floor here. So we're going to find a different method, whether it be I possibly build a steel plate to bolt down into or something. So that's just a recommendation on that. I do highly recommend these machines, whether it be the Zycong or another brand. I know on Amazon you can get a whole bunch of these. I think I want to say I paid about $1,400 or $1,500. It might have been a little bit more. It might have been about $2,000 for both these machines. And I had it tailgate shipped or tailgate dropped. It literally showed up, I want to say 2 weeks after I ordered it, maybe 3 weeks. And if I remember it, I had to turn around and have them hold off on delivery like 5 or 6 days because I was over the road. So they come real quick. They work well. They work right out of the box. There's very little you have to do. The tire, the only thing you had to do was bolt this head on, and then the fitting on the back. It comes with tire lube. That lube sucks. So I definitely recommend and getting the like the actual liquid lube, like almost like the dish soap type of stuff. But again, I highly recommend these, and if you have any questions about it, just let me know. But there's plenty of people that have YouTube videos showing them use these and how they work and stuff like that. If anybody wants a video like that, I can do that. I got plenty of tires to rip apart and put back together, and tires I don't care about, which that is the other thing with that tire lube. It doesn't quite lubricate the tire enough to easily pop over the beads. So if you have a tire you're trying to save, you're going to most likely want a different type of lube than that paste-like stuff or that waxy stuff that they give you. So that's about it. I hope some of this information helps you guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.